Yo, so building is a perishable skill. It's not going to stay there forever just because you worked on something for 1 year straight and then you take a long ass break. I'm telling you this because I've been there and done that. When I first started all this, when I actually started, the main goal was to build character. And mainly, one of the traits that I wanted to work on was finding a deeper sense of comfort under pressure. So, whether it's social pressure, work pressure, any sort of thing that scares me, I wanted to find comfort under that. And for some context, I was working a sales role, telemarketing role. And the entire point of that, it wasn't even to work on the skill of sales, even though I was interested in sales. The point of that was to put myself in a situation that breaks me. Because cold calling isn't a fun thing to do, it's a mentally draining thing to do. You gotta hit your KPIs, you gotta pick up the dialer and just talk to people. And I got fired after 3 weeks. Not so fun. But the best part was that I don't know why I did this, but I took all the leads that they had in their Excel file and I copied and pasted it into my own doc. And from that day onwards, the main goal was to take calls every day to simply be in that moment with someone. And that moment is a high pressure moment. Imagine calling someone out of the blue, trying to sell them something, but instead, I wasn't selling them anything. I just wanted to have a conversation that was long enough under that pressure, whether I could stay comfortable in it. So I did that for a good 3, 4 months. But this is where the problem came. I stopped because apparently I thought that I was doing enough and I was a master at being comfortable under pressure. And what happened afterwards was that my tolerance for being comfortable under pressure slowly dipped. Because during those 4 months, I wasn't scared of anything. That social pressure was gone. I learned more about myself than I ever did, mainly a lot of internal work because of those few months of doing cold calling. And just taking that short break ruined everything. And what I learned from that is whatever that I'm building, whether it's a skill, whether it's working on myself, these things don't last forever. It's not like you do it and it's going to be a one time thing. It'll last forever. No, because everything atrophies. It slowly dies if you don't put in the work every day. And that's one of the things I try to remind myself every single time I want to avoid something. Because right now, the only pressure that I'm having in my life is first, time. I'm burning the bridge in school. And if I don't make full use of the time that I have right now on working on sales, building my character, working on a lot of different skills, it's gone. So that's one sort of pressure. Another sort of pressure is the pressure to perform in my sales role. Even though time is a huge constraint because I'm a student, of course, I still have to perform. I still have to book meetings. I still have to do the work. It's not like I'm being accountable for the work that I'm doing with my own discipline. It's someone else looking over me. And that's a form of fear, pressure, which I didn't have last time. And also, this last pressure is self employed. Does that make sense? Self employed. But yeah, I put myself under social pressure voluntarily. So, speaking to strangers, talking to girls, a lot of different things to cross that threshold. Because it's training this muscle of desensitizing fear and being able to make a decision within a second. Because this will train me to make a lot of hard decisions in life later on without thinking too much and just doing it. And, there have been times that I've done everything that I've said, crossing thresholds, performing in the sales role, finding comfort under pressure, forcing myself to stay calm under pressure. But there are some times, well, most times, I avoid that. And what happens is that this muscle that I'm building atrophies. And whenever that happens, I feel like shit. And that realization kicks in again. It's to always do hard things daily. Because this is the only thing that builds me. I don't know what's it like for you, but whatever that you're building as well, whether it's business or even character for that matter, you have to do the same thing every day and then add more weight to it. You gotta put yourself out there. You gotta do the hard shit. And that's one of the things that I've been avoiding lately because that muscle has gotten a bit smaller. And when that muscle gets smaller, it sees the next thing as this huge ass milestone that I can't cross because it's too scary. And the moment this muscle atrophies, you get into this zone of comfort, and it's so dangerous because that's when you slowly give in to the little things that you found bad. Like you told yourself back then to not give in to those things. But as this muscle becomes smaller and smaller, you forget the actual vision that you once had. And then you slowly start going backwards instead of going forward. And that's what I am that phase of going backwards is something that I'm trying to avoid. It's not a good thing. Remember that. So right now it's all about maximizing my time even though I don't like it. It's about maximizing my time outside as well, having conversations with strangers. If I find a really hot, cute girl and the thought to act comes, I gotta just go up and just speak. Not thinking about an outcome, but the outcome is my state. That's the entire rep. So do that. Don't be lazy in the sales role because I'm starting to get comfortable. I'm not feeling the pressure I once had on day one. And it's that urgency. It all boils down to urgency. Because if you don't have that urgency, you won't have that need to constantly renew the skills that you're building. Because you feel like you're some master now. Because you're building things that not many people are building. And yeah, that's true. But don't let it get to your ego. So yeah, that's all I really have on my mind. And if there's someone who's going through something similar, I do hope this helped. Because I know that there's someone out there who's building something but is getting comfortable with a lot of things. So if you're watching this, man, like the last message I would say is these things are something that you have to constantly renew. If not, they will just expire. It expires so quickly, in fact, and it becomes a dangerous thing afterwards. So that's all I have. And I hope this helped. Ciao.